Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Can you hear me, boys?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, let's start. Today we are going to start the new chapter. The name of the new chapter is Animal Nutrition. Now, in this chapter, we will learn about the balanced diet, and if some nutrient is excess, then what are the side effects, and if some nutrients are more, then what are the side effects? And we also will discuss about the digestive system and how the digestion takes place in our body. Now, boys, that balanced diet part we'll do it later. But first, today we are going to start with the digestive system. First of all, I will teach you how to draw the diagram of the digestive system and then label it, and then one by one we will discuss each organ and its function and its job. Okay, boys, now let's see how to draw the diagram of the digestive system. First of all, you draw this face, then you draw this, over here, then you draw this, then you draw the stomach. Now, after drawing the stomach, you bring these two lines over here, and then what do? That you draw small intestine first, and the so large intestine first, and the small intestine will complete it later. Like this, and now we complete the small intestine. Then we draw this organ over here, then we draw this organ, then we draw this organ, this pouch like organ. This comes down, we rub from here, we rub from here. Now this tube comes down, like this. Now, boys, the digestive system is complete. Now we are going to label it one by one, and then we'll learn about its structures. First of all, this over here, this is mouth, this is larynx, this over here is trachea. Now, why I'm telling you about mouth, larynx, and trachea? Because I want you to know that larynx and trachea, they are present in front, and the esophagus is present at the back. Okay, boys.
Yes,
Then,
sir.
then this structure over here, this one, this is called as epiglottis. This epiglottis prevents the entry of food into the trachea. And then boys, this area over here, this is called as pharynx. Your throat scientifically is called as pharynx. This is the common area for the opening of the esophagus and trachea. This is the common area for the opening of esophagus and trachea. Then boys, this organ over here, this is the liver. Then this
Stomach.
over here is stomach. Then this organ over here, this is pancreas. Then boys, this over here, this
Gallbladder.
structure is called, this organ is called as gallbladder. And this tube is called as bile duct. Now, if you see from the pancreas, a tube is also coming out. The tube which is coming out of the pancreas, this is called as
TikTok.
pancreatic duct. Then another thing which you observe, that pancreatic duct and bile duct join together to make one duct. This one. Now, this is called as common duct. Then boys, this over here, this is small intestine. Now, for our understanding, the small intestine, it is divided into three parts. Now, they are not actually three parts or three marked parts. For our understanding, for the function of the small intestine, we have divided the small intestine into three parts. The first part, it is called as duodenum. Second part is called as jejunum. And third part is called as ileum. And third part is called as ileum. Next wise, what happens? That this ileum opens into the large intestine, but before large intestine, there is this small organ. This is called as
Appendix.
appendix. Then boys, large intestine is also divided into four parts. First one, second one, third one, and fourth one. Now, this first part, this one, it is called as ascending colon. Then boys, this over here, this is called as transverse colon. The other name for the large intestine is colon. Now, boys, remember that the pronunciation is intestine, not intestine. Intestine is wrong. The correct pronunciation is intestine. Okay. Then, boys, this over here, this is called as descending colon. Then this over here, this is called as sigmoid colon. Then this part of the digestive system, this is called as a rectum,
Rectum.
and this opening of the rectum to the outside is called as anus. So boys, we have labeled all the digestive system. Now boys, we are going to talk about all these organs one by one. Now, first of all, we are going to talk about mouth. Now, in the mouth, there are two important things. The first important thing which we are going to discuss in the mouth, that is the teeth. Now, there are four types of teeth in our mouth. So boys, one by one, I'm going to tell you about the types of the teeth and their function as well. Right, boys? Now, let's start. First of all, there are teeth which are called as incisors. Now, boys, these incisors, they are also called as rabbit teeth. Now, these are the front teeth which are chisel shape, and the job of these teeth is that they help in taking bite of food. Okay, boys, your front teeth on the top and bottom, these are called as incisors, called rabbit teeth. You guys have seen the Bugs Bunny in the cartoons. It has front teeth, very developed long ones, with the help of which it takes the bites of the carrots. And this is chisel shape and it helps in taking the bites. Next, boys, second type of teeth, they are called as canines. Now, canines are also sometimes referred as the dog teeth. Now, these are sharp, pointed teeth. Now, the job of these teeth is that they help in tearing the meat of the bones. They help in tearing the meat of the bones. Right, boys? Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Next
Yes, sir.
thing, you see, you guys have seen that dogs, they are always stealing the meat from the side of their mouth because these canines are present on the side. You as well, whenever you are trying to tear the meat from the bones of the leg piece of the chicken, you are using the side, your sharp teeth. Third type of teeth, they are called as premolars, and fourth type they are called as the molars. Now, boys, these premolars and molars, they are present at the back of our mouth. They are rough from the upper surface. They are rough from the upper surface. Now, boys, these rough upper surface teeth, their job is that they help in grinding and crushing of food. They help in grinding and crushing of the food. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now, boys, I am going to teach you about the structure of the teeth. Now, here we have the diagram of a tooth. Right, boys? Now, if you observe, what you are seeing, that there are two parts of the tooth, one which is visible, which is outside, and the one which is buried in the jaw. The part of the tooth which is present outside, this is called as crown, and part of the tooth which is buried in the jaw, which is fixed in the jaw, that is called as the root. Understood, everyone? The part of the tooth which is exposed, which is visible, that is called as the crown, and the part of the tooth which is buried, which is not visible, that part of the tooth is called as the root. Then, boys, look here. This white part of the tooth, this is called as enamel. Now, boys, let me tell you that enamel, it is the hardest material of our body. Now, this enamel, it protects the teeth. Then below enamel, this is called as dentine. Now, was dentine is the bony part of the teeth. Then below dentine, this is called as the pulp cavity. Now, boys, the word cavity means space. Now, in the pulp cavity, this is a space where there are blood vessels and nerves. Now, boys, you guys can feel hot and cold on your teeth. This hot and cold feeling of the teeth, that is because of the presence of the nerves and blood vessels in the teeth. Then, boys, this over here, this is the gum. The jaw, it has covering of the tissues which is called as gum. Next, boys, before I tell you anything else, let me show you that this is the jawbone. Now, you guys can see that this tooth is fixed in the jawbone. Now, it must be attached firmly into the jaw. For that purpose, over here, this is cement. Now, this is not the cement which is used in constructing the houses, but this is the special kind of chemical which holds the tooth in the jawbone, which attaches the tooth in the jawbone. Understood, everyone? And then boys, next thing which we are going to discuss, that these are the fibers that attach the tooth to the jawbone. Right, boys? These fibers also help in keeping the tooth on its place. And last one, that this over here, this is the blood supply to the tooth. That one is the blood supply to the tooth. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now, let me tell again, boys. There are two parts of the tooth. There are one which is visible, this part, and the one which is buried in the, or which is you see fixed into the jawbone. Now, the one which is exposed, which is visible, that is called as crown, and the one which is buried, that is called as the root. Now, the exposed part, it has a white covering which is called as enamel, which is the hardest material. Then below the enamel, there is the bony part, which is the dentine. Then below the dentine, there is the pulp cavity in which there are blood vessels and nerves. Then this is the gum. And then the teeth or the tooth, it is joined, it is attached with the jawbone with the help of cement and fibers. Then this over here, this is the jawbone, and this over here, this is the blood supply of the teeth. Did you guys understand this?
Sir, we have to learn all these labelings.
Yes, that's why I taught you. Right? You have to memorize these labelings. It can come in the exam.
Sir,
Yes.
can you explain the fiber part again and the jawbone?
Yes. Look here, this over here, this all is the jawbone. Okay, they have shown this jawbone with the help of these small circles like this. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Right? So this is the jawbone, and the tooth have to be fixed into the jawbone. right?
Yes,
For
sir.
fixing the tooth into the jawbone, there is this chemical which is called as cement,
Cement.
and there are these fibers as well, which are made up of special proteins, okay, which helps
Yes, sir.
in keeping the tooth in place.
Fine.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, boys. Next thing which we are going to talk about, that is very, very important, that is the tooth decay. Now, sometimes what happens that people, they eat lot of sweets, and second thing, they do not brush their teeth. Now, when a person will eat a lot of sweets and will not brush his teeth, at that time what will happen? The bacteria will start growing in mouth. Now, when the bacteria they will grow in the mouth, these bacteria they produce acid. Now, this acid, then what does it do? It dissolves the enamel. Now, just think, when this enamel will be dissolved, then what will happen? Then the dentine will be exposed, right? Then this bony part will also be destroyed by the acid, and the nerves, this pulp cavity, it will become exposed, and a hole will be made in the tooth. Now that is called as a cavity. Have you heard about these tooth cavities or not?
Yes, yes, sir.
Right? So a
Means, sir,
cavity
the
will be formed.
sensitivity will increase.
Yes, that's
That's
what I
why
was going
people.
to say.
Yeah.
That's what I was now. The nerves, they will be exposed, right? So if a person, you see, drinks something cold or hot, the person will feel severe pain and will feel severe hot or cold. If a person tries to chew the food, the person will feel severe pain while chewing the food, right? So this is the tooth decay, that you see it will lead to the cavities and the, you see, damage to the tooth. So it will lead to the cavities in teeth. It will cause pain. It will cause hot and cold feeling, right? And it can cause it to decay. Now, in this case, either you see, when the person will go to the doctor can advise, you see, a process which is called as filling, that with the help of special chemical which is also called as cement, the artificial one, they fill the cavities. Or you see, if the damage is too much, the tooth is, you see, totally destroyed, then the doctor will pull the tooth out with the help of pliers, and then you see a person can live without the teeth. Or there is another procedure by which the doctors, they can put artificial teeth in the mouth, right? So when the artificial teeth they are in place, then again you see the person can live a normal life. Right, boys?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Now
sir.
I'm going to share this slide with you guys in the OneNote. Now, anyone who wants to ask his marks, the ones who gave the exam in the on campus, just raise your hands. Okay, raise your hands. I will tell you your marks, inshallah. Just a second. Now, boys, you will find this the content library, same place where you see I posted other lectures in the first term, okay? In the biology folder. Yes?
Sir, may I ask you that what are the highest marks?
I don't know, sir.
Okay, sir.
Now, boys, there are three boys. Muhammad Kundi, just a second. Muhammad Kundi, you have 66 marks. Ahmad Alam, you have 62 marks. Noor Muhammad Khan, you have 67 marks. Okay, boys? Rest of the boys, you know your marks because you have seen it on online, okay? Okay, boys. Take care and Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, sir. Allah Hafiz, sir.
Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz.